WNBA Ref sparks outrage. Technical foul on Fever coach Stephanie White explained. Imagine a scenario where a coach's frustration with her own player results in a technical foul, leaving fans and observers alike scratching their heads. This is exactly what happened during the Indiana Fever's recent game against the Phoenix Mercury, sparking intense debate among WNBA enthusiasts. The Indiana Fever, despite the absence of star player Caitlin Clark, managed to secure their third consecutive victory with a hard-fought 107-101 win over the Phoenix Mercury at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. However, the real drama unfolded towards the end of the game when Fever coach Stephanie White was slapped with a technical foul for a seemingly trivial reason. With the Fever comfortably leading by 10 points and just over a minute left in the fourth quarter, Coach White expressed her frustration by slapping the scorer's table. Her ire was directed at one of her own players who had committed an obvious foul. However, the referee saw this gesture as a violation and promptly issued a technical foul. This decision did not sit well with the fans, many of whom took to social media to express their outrage. One tweet captured the essence of the controversy. Getting frustrated with your own player is now a technical in the @WNBA. What are we even doing? This sentiment was echoed by numerous other fans, who called for the technical foul to be rescinded and the referee to undergo further training. The backlash continued, with fans labeling the officiating as garbage and questioning the competence of the referees. Some even went as far as to suggest that the referees might have had a vested interest in the outcome of the game, hinting at potential bias or favoritism. But here's where it gets controversial. While some argued that the technical foul was unwarranted, others pointed out that maintaining discipline and respect for the officials is crucial for the integrity of the game. This raises an important question. How can the league strike a balance between allowing coaches to vent their frustrations and maintaining order on the court? The Fever's victory improved their record to 15-12, while the Mercury's loss dropped them to 16-10. As the season progresses, it remains to be seen whether the WNBA will address these concerns and take steps to improve officiating standards. What do you think? Should the technical foul have been called, or was it an overreaction? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let's keep the conversation going. Valkyries coach slams WNBA officials after game-winning jumper in thrilling win. Here's what's really grinding gears in women's basketball right now. Referees are under fire once again, and this time it's costing teams crucial playoff positioning. Tuesday night's heart-stopping showdown between the Golden State Valkyries and Atlanta Dream perfectly encapsulates everything that's both thrilling and frustrating about WNBA officiating. With just 3 ticks left on the clock, Cecilia Zandalasini buried a clutch jumper that sealed a dramatic 77-75 road victory for Golden State. The Italian guard's 18-point performance, coupled with her ice-cold game winner, kept the Valkyries' playoff dreams alive in what can only be described as a nail-biting finish. But here's where it gets controversial: the foul calls. Following this critical win, Golden State finds itself still clinging to 9th place in the standings. They're trailing the Las Vegas Aces by 2 games, with Vegas currently occupying that coveted 8th and final playoff berth at 14-13. The Aces just came off their own victory against Los Angeles, making every single game matter more for teams like the Valkyries, who are fighting tooth and nail for postseason basketball. The contest itself was a back-and-forth battle that showcased both teams' determination. Atlanta mounted an impressive 19-6 surge during the final quarter, nearly erasing Golden State's lead entirely. However, the Valkyries managed to weather that storm and pull out a victory that could prove pivotal as their challenging 5-game road stretch continues. Their next test comes Thursday against the Washington Mystics, who currently sit in 7th place. And this is the part most people miss: the officiating disparity that's becoming impossible to ignore. Valkyries head coach Natalie Nakase didn't hold back when addressing reporters after the game, though she was noticeably more measured in her criticism compared to previous occasions. The numbers she cited paint a telling picture of the evening's officiating. Golden State was whistled for 21 fouls, compared to Atlanta's mere 11 infractions, a gap so significant it's hard to overlook. We understood that Atlanta's physical style and size advantage would present challenges, Nakase explained to the media. I believe our team executed brilliantly, staying active in passing lanes and playing physical basketball without committing unnecessary fouls. However, when the final tally shows 21 fouls against us versus only 11 for them, that creates a substantial disparity. The free throw statistics tell an even more stark story. Atlanta attempted 21 shots from the charity stripe, while Golden State managed just 8 opportunities. For a team fighting for playoff positioning, those missed free throw attempts could be the difference between making the postseason and watching from home. What I witnessed tonight was pure resiliency, Nakase added, highlighting her team's ability to overcome both their opponents and the officiating challenges. Despite these obstacles, the Valkyries delivered some spectacular moments. They established a new franchise milestone by connecting on 7 three-pointers during the third quarter alone, with veteran guard Tiffany Hayes contributing 3 of those long-range bombs. Zandalasini's complete performance included not just her team-leading 18 points, but also a game-high 8 rebounds that proved crucial in the victory. On the Atlanta side, point guard Jordan Canada put together an outstanding individual effort despite the loss. She topped all scorers with 21 points, while also dishing out 8 assists, demonstrating the kind of two-way impact that makes her one of the league's most underrated players. This victory represents a significant momentum shift for Golden State, who had been struggling with a 3-game losing streak heading into the All-Star break. Now, they've managed to win 2 of their last 3 contests, keeping their playoff aspirations realistic as the regular season winds down. The upcoming matchup against Washington, 13-13 on Thursday, presents another crucial opportunity. The Mystics are currently just 1 game ahead of the Valkyries in the standings, making this contest potentially season-defining for both franchises. But here's the question that's going to spark debate. Are WNBA officials unconsciously favoring certain teams or playing styles? When foul disparities this significant occur in games with playoff implications, it raises serious questions about competitive balance and fairness. Some argue that physical teams naturally draw fewer fouls because referees expect that style of play, while others contend that consistency in officiating is fundamental to the sport's integrity. What do you think? Is the officiating controversy in women's basketball becoming a legitimate concern that affects game outcomes? Or are coaches and players simply looking for excuses when games don't go their way? Should the league implement additional oversight or review processes for crucial late-season games where playoff positioning is at stake? Fever coach Stephanie White's heated moment. 4th technical foul this season. WNBA update. Coach's fierce passion sparks controversy. Is emotion on the sidelines a recipe for success or suspension? In a thrilling matchup that saw the Indiana Fever triumph over the Phoenix Mercury 107-101 at Gainbridge Fieldhouse on Wednesday night, a different kind of heat was ignited, this time on the sidelines. The Fever's winning streak, now at 3, was largely fueled by Ari McDonald's phenomenal career-high 27 points, complemented by her impressive all-around performance. However, it was coach Stephanie White's intense reaction to a late-game call that stole the spotlight, leading to her 4th technical foul of the season, the play that sparked it all. Ari McDonald's tangle with Mercury's Sammy Whitcomb in the 4th quarter prompted a foul call, which in turn drew a vehement response from Coach White. The technical foul that followed left many, including White herself, perplexed. The exact words that led to this decision remain a mystery, with White's surprised expression speaking volumes. Insights from the press box. Fever beat reporter Chloe Peterson of Indy Star hinted at the severity of White's remarks, suggesting that whatever was said, it was enough to warrant an immediate technical foul. This incident has sparked debate. Where does one draw the line between passionate coaching and misconduct? The technical foul tally. A suspension looming. With this latest addition, Coach White's technical foul count for the season now stands at 4. As per the WNBA rulebook, an automatic one-game suspension is triggered after accumulating 8 technical fouls. While White has some leeway, 4 more techs before facing suspension, the question remains, should she dial back her sideline intensity to avoid penalty, or is this fervor a crucial element of her coaching success? But here's where it gets controversial. Is the WNBA's technical foul policy too stringent, potentially stifling the very passion that drives teams to victory? Or is it a necessary measure to maintain game decorum? Share your thoughts. Do you believe Coach White's sideline passion is an asset or a liability? Should the WNBA reconsider its suspension threshold? About the author, Paolo Sonko, trending news writer for Athlon Sports, delves into the intersection of sports, emotion, and policy, inviting you to join the conversation.